Hello everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I am pursuing BLLB honors from Law College Dehradun Uttaranchal University. I am currently in 7th semester and I am glad to have this opportunity of interning at Lexis and Company, because of which I am able to present to you guys with this video. So the purpose and topic for this video will be the trade dispute under the Trade Dispute Act. I'll be explaining to you guys the definition of Trade Dispute Act under this act and under the Trade Union Act, the essential elements of the trade disputes and few cases related to the trade dispute, and at last I'll explain to you guys the legal status of the trade union. So let's begin. The trade dispute has been defined under Section 2G of the Trade Union Act, which means any dispute between the employers and the workman, or between the workman and workman, or between employers and employers. That is under three categories: employer employer, employer employee, and employee employee. So such disputes which are connected with the employment or non-employment, or the terms or conditions of the employment, or the labor of any person and the workman. So which means that all persons employed in the trade or industry, whether or not in the employment of the employer with whom the trade dispute arises. So person may be a part of that trade union also, and outside also, which have a connection with the workman of that trade union. So this is a trade dispute which is mentioned in Section 2G of the Trade Union Act, which specifies that a dispute between the workman and workman, and employer and workman, and employer and employer. So he may be an outsider which is who have a connection with the employer or employee of that trade union, or among themselves also. So what are the essential elements of a trade dispute? The dispute must be between employer and workman, workman and workman, or employer and employer. And the dispute dispute must be connected with employment or non-employment, the terms of employment, or the conditions of labor. So, and third essential is the dispute must be connected with workman or any other person employed in trade or the industry which is registered under the Trade Union Act. So these are the basically three conditions regarding the which are essential to categorize the dispute as the trade dispute under Section 2G of the Trade Union Act. So moving on to the cases relating to the trade dispute. First is the case of CP Sarathi versus State of Madras. What happened in this case, that it was held by the Madras High Court that the trade dispute must be real and substantial between the party to such dispute, that is it should be regarding the parties to the dispute and not any other third person. So this was held in CP Sarathi versus State of Madras. Next case here is Rangaswamy versus the Registrar of Trade Union. It was held in this case that if Section 2G is imported to the interpretation of Section 2H, it would mean that the industry should be one as would amount to trade or business, that is the commercial undertaking. And hence it has been held that the workers of Raj Bhavan are not employees in the trade or business carried on by the employer, and the service rendered by them being of personal nature, thus they will not be regarded as the workmen of the as they will not be regarded as the employees in the trade or business which is carried by the employer only because of its personal nature. So the union of such workers would not therefore come within the scope of the act so as to entitle them to get the registration the under the trade union act. So personal nature is an important thing when we have to regard that dispute as a trade dispute and to register that union under the trade union act. This was in Rangaswamy versus Registrar of Trade Union. So moving on to the legal status of a trade union under the Trade Union Act. So a trade union is a body corporate with perpetual succession and common seal. That is, it has a permanency nature and it can acquire, hold or sell or transfer any movable or immovable property and can be a party to the contract in case of the trade dispute. It can acquire also, hold also and transfer also any movable or immovable property, the trade union. And moving on, the next is that it can sue and be sued in its own name. He can also sue in its own name, that is versus the trade union of this is this, or a person can sue the trade union by the name of that trade union also. Moving on, no civil suit or other legal proceedings can be initiated against a registered trade union in respect of any dispute under certain circumstances. It is very simple that under certain circumstances no civil suit or other legal proceedings can be moved against the trade union. And at last, no agreement between the members of a registered trade union shall be void or voidable merely on the ground that any of its object is in restraint of the trade. It will not be void just because of its object which is in restraint of the trade. So this was it about the trade dispute under the Trade Union Act. I hope you guys have understood. If you have any question, do ask me and share your feedback, and do not forget to like and share this video. So thank you everyone.